something that runs so incredibly deep. This person has been carrying something enormous, something they have not known how to say out loud. The energy around this reading, it came in before I even sat down. It was already waiting there for you. Something is shifting for you right now. Something is about to break open in the most unexpected, beautiful way. I feel like the cards are already buzzing because whoever is sending you this energy today, they absolutely mean it. This is not admiration. This is not admiration. This is not a passing crush. This is the kind of love that keeps this person up at night. The first card pulling in here is the Knight of Cups, and he is moving so slowly, so deliberately. He is holding that cup so gently, like whatever is inside it is precious, like it absolutely cannot spill. This card, it tells me this person is not casual about you, not even remotely close to casual at all. They think before they speak around you. They choose every single word carefully. They feel every single moment. There is a tenderness in how they hold their feelings, something quiet on the outside but completely consuming within. I feel like they treat the idea of you like something fragile they are terrified of losing or getting wrong. That kind of careful, aching love, it is not something that fades, it only grows heavier and fuller with time. The next card coming through is the Moon, and honestly, wow, this one really stopped me in my tracks. The Moon rules what lives beneath the surface, what stays tucked in the dark, what never gets spoken aloud. This person, they have an entire private world inside them, and so much of it is fully, entirely about you. Their feelings have not been building for a week or two. They have been quietly building for a very long time. I feel like they lie awake sometimes, just replaying small moments, replaying things you said or did together. They notice the details, the things you yourself do not even think twice about. They catch absolutely all of it. The way you carry yourself, the way your face shifts when you are thinking, the particular sound of your laugh. Nobody else in that room sees you the way this person does. And that is absolutely not a coincidence. That is full, private, consuming devotion, and they have been holding it alone quietly for far too long now. The Ace of Cups pulls in next, and this card right here, it is bursting. It is running over the edge completely. That cup is so full, it is spilling over the rim. It has nowhere left to go except forward and out toward you. This tells me the feeling inside this person has reached its absolute limit. It is ready to come through now. It is not something they can keep folding back down or quietly managing or tucking neatly away anymore. Something shifted in them recently, something small but significant, something that cracked the door open slightly. Maybe a look, maybe a conversation you had, maybe just being near you. Something moved deeply inside them. Something in them said, I cannot keep pretending this is nothing. I cannot keep treating you like just anyone. The Hierophant grounds this whole reading, and this card is so important for understanding who this person truly is. This is not someone who throws words around carelessly, not someone who says things they have not already fully felt. For them, saying, I love you is not a small or casual thing. It is a promise. It carries enormous weight. That is exactly why they have stayed so still. That is why they have watched quietly from the background. The Two of Cups closes out this first layer, and I feel this card so strongly for you right now. This card speaks to two energies recognizing each other, two people who simply know, who simply feel the pull. I feel like there is already a part of you that senses something is there, even if you have not named it yet. Every single card in this first layer is pointing in the same direction, and it is pointing straight at you. The shyness you are going to see from this person, it is not distance, it is not disinterest, not even close. It is the opposite. It is someone who cares so deeply that the idea of losing you genuinely terrifies them. Stay right here with me because what comes through in the next parts is really going to land for you. Let me also say this before we go any deeper into these cards together today. There is no confusion in this energy. There is no mixed signal. There is no back and forth at all. What is coming through here is singular. It is focused. It is locked entirely onto you and no one else. This person has not been casually feeling this on the side. This has been their quiet, private, consuming reality. Now let's talk about you, because your side of this matters just as much. This part is about what you have been feeling, what you have been quietly sitting with. I feel like you have been in a strange in-between space, not fully sure what to call what you sense. There is something you have noticed about this person, something you have not fully let yourself look at directly. Maybe you told yourself it was nothing. Maybe you brushed it off. Maybe you called it just a vibe. The Four of Cups comes in for you here. And this card, it is so specific. It is so honest about where you are. You have been a little turned inward lately, a little reflective, a little unsure what you actually want. Not because you are lost, but because something inside you has been quietly waiting for a sign. Something in you has been holding a question that you have not yet allowed yourself to fully ask. I feel like you have been watching this person from your own careful distance, noticing things you do not say. There is an awareness in you, a soft one, like a light you keep almost turning on and then pulling back from. The High Priestess comes in next for you, and she is sitting right at the edge of what you know. She is telling me that your intuition has already been speaking to you about this person for a while now. There have been moments, quiet ones, where something in your chest shifted when they were nearby. Moments where you caught yourself thinking about them at the strangest, most random times. Moments where their name came up and something in you went still in a way it does not go still for others. You have been feeling it. I feel like you have been feeling it, but you have been careful about what you do with it. The Six of Cups drifts in now, and this card, it brings in something nostalgic, something warm and familiar. There is a comfort you feel around this person that is hard to explain to anyone else. Being near them feels easy in a way that not many people feel easy, like something in you simply settles. Like you can breathe a little differently, like the weight of the day gets a little lighter around them. That feeling, it is not nothing, and somewhere beneath all your careful logic, you already know that. The Empress appears here, and she is lush, she is full, she is asking you to stop minimizing what you feel. You have a deep capacity for love, a rich and generous heart, and it has been quietly responding to this person. I feel like you have been protecting yourself, keeping a measured amount of space between feeling and admitting. There is a version of you that wants to lean in, that is curious, that is warm toward this person already. The Page of Cups comes in next, and this page, they are young-hearted, they are open, they are vulnerable. This card is asking you to let yourself be a little softer about what you feel inside right now, not to perform certainty, not to decide anything yet, just to let the feeling exist without shutting it down. Because here is what I want you to understand. Your feelings have been responding to this person for a reason. Your system, your instincts, the part of you that knows before your mind catches up, it has already registered something. The Lover's card falls in at the base of your spread, and I need you to really hear this part. This card does not show up for situations that are irrelevant or accidental or based on nothing at all. It shows up when there is genuine resonance, when two people carry something real between them. I feel like you have wondered at least once, maybe more than once, what it would be like to be chosen by this person. Not in an obsessive way, just in that quiet, honest, human way where someone enters your mind and stays. They have stayed in your mind and you have not let yourself fully examine why, but today that changes. The star closes your layer, soft and steady, shining right above all of this tender uncertainty you carry. This card tells me that what lives in you is not confusion. It is actually hope with very careful hands. You have been protecting hope, holding it gently, not wanting to feel it too loudly in case it does not come back. Today, it is being reflected back at you, and it is coming from someone who has been feeling it just as quietly. You are not imagining this connection, you never were, and what comes next is going to show you exactly why. I want to go back to the High Priestess for a moment because she keeps pulling my attention back. She is sitting between two pillars, and she is not moving. She is just knowing. She is just waiting. That is exactly where you have been, between two pillars of your own, between feeling and deciding. between letting yourself want something and allowing yourself to actually believe it could be real. The thing is, she does not sit in that space out of weakness. She sits there out of wisdom. Now we flip it completely because this part belongs entirely to them. This is their world, their inner landscape, the private room nobody else gets to walk into. I feel like the moment I stepped into their energy for this reading, something got very quiet very fast. There is a stillness in this person that reads almost like calm, but underneath it, there is so much movement. The first card for their layer is the Knight of Swords reversed, and this one told me everything immediately. This person has a mind that moves fast. They think quickly, they process deeply, they feel even more deeply. But that sword is reversed, which means all of that speed has been turned inward. It has been held back. They have been stopping themselves again and again every time the feeling rises up and wants to come out. I feel like they get to the edge of saying something, and then something in them pulls back at the last second. It is not that they do not want to. It is that wanting it so much is exactly what makes them stop. The Seven of Pentacles appears for them next. And this card, it speaks to patience and to watching and to waiting. This person has been tending to something quietly, the way you tend a garden before it is ready to bloom. They have been doing the inner work, sitting with this feeling, turning it over, making sure it is real. And it is real, it has been real, but they keep asking themselves if the timing is right, if you are ready. I feel like they have talked themselves out of reaching out to you more times than you could imagine. They draft things in their head. They almost say things out loud, and then they swallow it back down. The root of this, it is the Five of Wands reversed, and this tells me where the fear actually lives. This person has been burned before, not necessarily by you, but by something that taught them to be careful. They learned somewhere along the way that loving openly and saying it plainly is a risk with real consequences. So they built a habit of watching first, of being sure, of waiting until the ground felt completely solid. The problem is when you love this much, the ground never feels solid enough. It never feels like the right moment. I feel like their pattern is to observe deeply, to memorize the details of you, to love in private before loving aloud. The Chariot comes in for them next, and there is real tension in this card. Two forces pulling in opposite directions. One side of them is ready. More than ready, it is practically screaming to move forward and say what needs saying. The other side is gripping the reins so tight, holding everything steady, refusing to let anything slip out unplanned. That tension, it has been building for a very long time, and it is why this message feels so overdue. I feel like something recently tipped the scales just slightly, something you did or said or simply were. Something that made the holding back side lose just a little bit of ground to the wanting to say it side. The Eight of Cups reversed falls in next. And this is the card that really cracked this person open for me. This card reversed tells me they have tried to walk away from this feeling. They have tried to let it go. They told themselves it was not practical, told themselves you were not available or it was not the right time. They tried to redirect their attention, tried to care a little less, tried to make the feeling smaller. It did not work. It never worked. Every attempt to care less only confirmed how much they actually care. The obsession in this message, it was never dark, it was never consuming in a harmful way at all. It was quiet, devoted, almost reverent, the kind of obsession that looks from a distance and simply adores. I feel like this person does not want to possess you. They want to be chosen by you. Those are very different things. The star appears in their spread now, just like it appeared in yours, and that parallel is not an accident. Two people both carrying hope, both protecting it carefully, both wondering if the other one can feel it too. The trigger for what is coming, it is you, specifically something about you that they cannot keep ignoring. Something in you called to something in them, and that call has been getting louder with every passing day. Let me also speak to the shyness specifically because it is such a defining part of their energy right now. Shy people, they do not love less. They love more. They just carry it in a way that does not make noise. This person, they notice every small thing about you, and they hold each one like it is something valuable. The way you looked on a particular day, a specific word you used that they have not forgotten, small things. They have a collection of you inside them that you do not even know exists. And it is enormous. That is the obsession. Not controlling, not possessive, just quietly, completely, helplessly taken by you. Now, this is the part where everything begins to shift because something is about to change. This is about movement. It is about what this person is preparing to do and how they are going to do it. I feel like the energy here changed the moment I turned these cards. There is a forward motion now. Something has been set in motion that this person cannot pull back from, even if they tried at this point. The first card here is the Page of Wands, and this little page, they are standing up straight, ready to move. There is a new energy in this person, a kind of nervous courage that has been slowly building beneath the surface. They have made a decision, maybe not out loud, maybe not fully consciously, but something in them decided. The inner conversation has started shifting from, should I say something, to when do I say it? I feel like they are rehearsing again, but differently this time with more certainty than they have had before. Before, they rehearsed and deleted. Now they are rehearsing and holding on to the words a little longer. The Three of Wands comes in next, and this card right here is so encouraging. It is looking out toward the horizon. This person is beginning to see a future that includes you knowing how they feel, and they are not flinching from it. They are standing on the edge of something, watching for the right moment. Ship ready to sail. The waiting is no longer comfortable for them. The silence has become heavier than the fear of speaking. I feel like they are actively looking for the opening now, the right setting, the right version of the moment. They are not going to do this carelessly. They are going to choose the moment with everything they have. The Justice card falls in here. And this one surprised me, but the more I sat with it, the more sense it made. This person has weighed this feeling against every reason not to say it. And the feeling has won every single time. There is a fairness in them that says you deserve to know that keeping this from you is no longer right. They feel like they owe you the truth of what they feel, like honesty here is something that matters deeply. I feel like they have thought about how you would feel hearing it. They have thought about your reaction so carefully. They want to say it in a way that does not pressure you, that gives you room, that lets you breathe with the news. The Knight of Wands reversed moves in next, and this card tells me the approach is going to be measured, not impulsive. They are not going to blurt this out in a rush. They are going to hold themselves together and say it clearly. Even if their hands are shaking, even if their voice wavers, they are going to see it all the way through this time. Because they know that if they pull back one more time, the weight of not saying it will become unbearable. The Six of Swords glides in now calm and deliberate, moving away from the turbulent water and towards still ground. This is the card of crossing over, of leaving one chapter behind and stepping into something new and unfamiliar. This person is crossing from the chapter of carrying this alone into the chapter of letting you carry it with them. That crossing, it requires real bravery from someone who has been this private for this long about this feeling. I feel like the moment they actually say it, something in them is going to release that has been held for so long. There will be a kind of relief in them even before they know your response, just from finally letting the words exist. The change that is coming is not just between you two, it is inside this person. It is a reclaiming of their voice. The Wheel of Fortune turns in at the close of this layer. And this card, it is talking about timing directly. The wheel has been turning quietly this whole time, and right now, it is landing on the right position for both of you. This is not a random moment. There is a reason this is happening now and not 6 months ago or a year from now. Something in the universe has arranged this window, and this person is finally willing to walk through it. I feel like what is about to happen between you two is something neither of you will be able to unfeel or undo. What they are about to say is going to land somewhere in you that nothing else has quite reached before. The how is simple, it is direct, it is honest, it is three words that have been waiting far too long to arrive. Let me also speak to what changes inside you when this happens, because that matters too. Something in you is going to go quiet in the best possible way, like a question finally getting its answer. You are going to feel something settle, something that has been slightly unsettled for longer than you realized. I feel like you have been half braced for something without knowing what you were bracing for. This is the part I have been waiting to get to, because where we go beneath everything, this is the layer of what has never been said, what lives in the quiet of this person when nobody is watching. The confessions, the truths, the feelings they have rehearsed only for themselves. We are pulling all of it up now. I feel like this person has a whole inner monologue about you that they have never once spoken out loud. The first card here is the Nine of Cups, and this card, it is known as the wish card, the dream card. This person has been wishing for you specifically, quietly, consistently in the way you wish for something you believe in. Not desperately, not frantically, but in that steady, warm, private way where the wish has become part of who you are. They wish for your attention, they wish for your closeness, they wish to be the one you reach for. I feel like they have imagined what it would feel like to hear you say their name the way you say it for someone you love. That specific image. It lives in them. It has lived in them for longer than they would ever admit out loud. The Two of Swords reversed arrives next, and this card is so telling. It is the blindfold finally coming off. This person has been in a standoff with themselves, two swords crossed, refusing to fully look at what they want. But something shifted recently. The blindfold came loose, and they saw it all clearly for the first time. They saw exactly how deep this goes, exactly how much you mean to them, and it was almost frightening in its size. I feel like they sat with that clarity for a moment and thought, I cannot keep acting like this is manageable, because it is not manageable. It has not been manageable for a very long time. They have just been pretending it was. The hidden confession underneath all of this. It is not just, I love you. It is, I have loved you for so long. It is, I have been loving you quietly this whole time and hoping you would somehow feel it without me having to say it. It is, being near you is the best part of my day, and I have never told you that, not even close to told you that. I feel like they carry a specific memory of you, one particular moment where something in them said, that is the one, a moment where you were simply being yourself, not performing, not trying, just existing, and they were undone by it. They have held that memory privately, returned to it privately, drawn something warm from it in quiet moments. The Strength card comes in now, and in this position, it is not about force, it is about contained passion. There is a physical awareness in this person, a warmth that rises when you are near, that they have learned to manage carefully. Not inappropriately, just the specific kind of awareness that tells you someone matters to your body before your mind catches up. The way your presence shifts the air around them, the way they become more aware of themselves when you walk in. I feel like they stand a little differently when you are in the room. They hold themselves with a little more attention. They are acutely aware of the distance between you and acutely aware every time that distance gets a little smaller. The emotional truth that runs under all of this, it comes through with the King of Cups sitting quietly in the corner. This person loves with loyalty, with depth, with a kind of steadiness that does not announce itself but never wavers. If they love you, and they do, they will love you through the hard things, not just the easy, beautiful ones. They are not here for a rush, not here for the honeymoon feeling that fades. They want the real and lasting thing. What they have never said is this: you make me feel like loving someone is worth the risk of being completely known. They have not always believed that, but something about you made them believe it again, and that is enormous. I feel like they also want you to know that they see you, not just the version you show the world, but the real you, the quiet version of you, the unguarded moments, the parts you think go unnoticed. They have noticed all of it. That is the deepest confession of all, that they have been paying that quality of attention to you this whole time. The Ace of Swords closes this layer, cutting clean through everything that has been left unsaid until now. What they have never said is finally finding its way to the surface, finally sharpening itself into 3 clear words. I love you, said by this person, is not a beginning, it is a naming of something that has already been fully alive. Let me add one more layer here, because the cards are still pulling at something I have not said yet. There is a specific kind of longing in this person that is almost tender in how quietly it has lived in them. They have wanted to reach out on ordinary days, random days, just to say something small. That means everything. We have made it to the final layer, and I want you to take a breath before we go in. Everything we have uncovered in this reading, it has all been building toward this last part. The near future, the advice, the outcome, and the close. This is where it all lands for you. I feel like the energy is lighter than everything before it, like something has already begun to release. The first card here is the Sunday, and honestly, I did not expect it to be this bright, but here it is. The Sunday does not show up to decorate a reading. It shows up when something genuinely good is on its way. There is warmth coming toward you, real warmth, the kind that does not flicker or second guess itself. This card tells me that what is coming between you and this person is not going to be complicated or painful. It is going to feel like relief. It is going to feel like stepping outside on the first warm day after a long winter. I feel like the confession that is coming is going to open something up in both of you that has needed opening. The near future here, it involves a conversation, a real one, not surface level, not casual, a real one. This person comes to you, not perfectly, not with a speech prepared exactly right, but they come, and that is everything. They say what they have been carrying, they let it exist between you both for the first time, and the air changes. I feel like your response is going to matter to them more than anything has mattered to them in a very long time. You do not have to have it all figured out. You do not have to have a perfectly formed answer ready. What this person needs is simply to feel that you received it, that you took it seriously, that it landed. The Ten of Pentacles drifts in now, and this card, it speaks to something that endures, something that builds. This is not a flash in the pan energy. This is not a confession that leads nowhere and dissolves into awkwardness. There is a foundation here, something that can grow into something lasting if both of you are willing to tend it. I feel like this connection has roots that were put down long before either of you fully acknowledged them. The advice from the cards, it is simple, it is clear, and it comes through with the Four of Wands standing tall. Celebrate this. Do not minimize it. Do not talk yourself out of what it means to be loved this purely. You are allowed to feel the weight of this. You are allowed to let it matter. You are allowed to be moved. Do not rush to intellectualize or analyze. Just let yourself receive it the way it was meant to be received. I feel like you have a tendency to hold good things at arm's length, to inspect them before allowing them in. This time, the cards are asking you to let it in before you inspect it, just for once, just this time. The outcome card is the world, and I want you to sit with this one for a long moment before I say anything. The world is completion, it is arrival, it is the feeling of something coming full circle in the most fulfilling way. This reading, this person, this moment that is approaching, it represents a completion of a cycle for you. Something you may have wondered if you would ever have, something quiet and private that you hoped for. It is here. I feel like the world is also saying, you are ready for this, even if you do not feel completely ready yet. Readiness is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to walk forward anyway, and you are more than capable. The final message card, it comes through as the Four of Cups reversed, and this is a card of awakening. This person is waking up fully to what they want, and in doing so, they are offering you the chance to wake up too. The closing energy of this entire reading, it is tender, it is hopeful, it is quietly, beautifully certain. Somebody loves you in a way that has been patient and devoted and real for a very long time. They have carried it alone in the dark. They have protected it carefully. They have never let it become less. And now they are bringing it forward into the light, and they are bringing it directly to you. I feel like whatever happens next, whatever you choose, you are about to know something you deserve to know. You are loved specifically, intentionally, completely by this person who has been too shy to say so until now. Let that in. Let it be real. Let it sit with you as something that is actually genuinely true. Take care of yourself. Trust what you feel, and know that the universe brought this reading to you for a reason. Before I close this out completely, I want to leave you with one final thought from these cards. Love that is shy is not love that is uncertain. Do not confuse those two things ever. This person is certain. They have been certain for a long time. The shyness is just the packaging. Underneath the quiet, underneath the careful watching, underneath everything they have never said, there is a certainty. Everything we have uncovered in this reading, it has all been building toward this last part. The near future, the advice, the outcome, and the close. This is where it all lands for you. I feel like the energy is lighter than everything before it, like something has already begun to release. The first card here is the Sunday, and honestly, I did not expect it to be this bright, but here it is. The Sunday does not show up to decorate a reading. It shows up when something genuinely good is on its way. There is warmth coming toward you, real warmth, the kind that does not flicker or second guess itself. This card tells me that what is coming between you and this person is not going to be complicated or painful. It is going to feel like relief. It is going to feel like stepping outside on the first warm day after a long winter. I feel like the confession that is coming is going to open something up in both of you that has needed opening. The near future here, it involves a conversation, a real one, not surface level, not casual, a real one. This person comes to you, not perfectly, not with a speech prepared exactly right, but they come, and that is everything. They say what they have been carrying, they let it exist between you both